Page 7, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, main theme from a movie, a Western. Let's look it over. It's 3 pages long, treble, bass, clef, 1 flat in the key signature. This is in the key of D minor. It could be an F major or D minor because they both are 1 flat. But I'm going to do the scales and arpeggios for both, F major and D minor. This tells me what notes are in the key. That tells me which notes to play, unless there's accidentals. I don't have to worry about which notes are flatted or whatever. I just play the notes in the key. 4/4 time signature, 1 hand at a time. You just get chords at first, and then measure 3, it's here. We got 2 voices. You have dotted half note, 2 voices, and the other here, the top voice. So hold the half note down, or the dotted. And this, it's just it's just wiggling here. That's all. I'm just transferring away from finger to finger. It's all. And I'm holding the thumb down. So really the weight's on here. I'm just holding that down. Once you push a key down on piano, it takes no weight at all, no effort to hold it down. It stays down almost by itself. And that's what I'm doing. Now on measure 9, we're here. Look at the rhythm change here. 1, 2, 3. On beat 3, you come up. It's a rest. You got to come down. 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on measure 10, make sure you play little finger because you got to hold that down when you do that. So on beat 2, you have 3 notes down. Yeah, so. Yeah, and then the last measure of the page is it. That's fine. You just come up. That's fine. You just got. I do 1, 2, 4. You can do 1, 2, 5. I don't care because I already got 5 down here. I just do 1, 2, 4 for the last chord. That's fine. Whichever. Now on measure 17, again 2 voices. The whole note. Would like to hold it down, but we can't. And then here 4. And they're saying 1, 2, 4. That has to be an error. There's no way that's 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3 would do it. What I want to do is I want to play those 2 chords. Those chords on beat 2 and 3. In 1 hand position. I'm going to catch them all. So that way I'm not moving around so much. So it's here. Same thing in the next measure. It's 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5. I'm going to catch both of those in 1 hand position. And then measure 19, 2 voices again. Hold the half note down and you come down. And I do a 5, 4, 3 because I just used 4th finger on the end of measure 19. So 5. So that's how I do it. I don't finger it however, whatever. But measure 21. Now you don't have to hold the bottom voice down now. You stop on both. But at the end of measure 21, we really need 2nd finger on that note here. This puts us in position for measure 22. So it's measure 21. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Crunch. Just a sequence going down. I'm fingering each one the same. Yeah, we like doing that. If possible, we like to do the sequences, fingering the patterns the same. And the next page is very similar to the first page. The end, last measure at the bottom. It's here, up here, and again, 2 voices. Hold the F down. And keep in mind that D now is tied here. See, it doesn't always go down. It doesn't always go down. And there's other places in here where it doesn't go down also. You have to hold it and tie it, like measure 32 here. It's tied. It's not that. You have to watch out. They switch it. Left hand's just the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is an A, that note. Left hand's pretty straightforward. The end, the last measure again, that D, it's an 8V8 under it. That means go down here. So the last 2 measures. You have a short keyboard. You don't have notes that low. You play the lowest ones you have. It's close enough. Once I have an idea what each hand is doing in the rhythm, then I'll try putting them together, and I'll hesitate, but that's okay. Hold that down as you... See, I'm holding this down as I play the 8th note. 1, they're overlapping. And I'm moving the right hand up, so I'm doing that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The measure 7 change, you stay on that. If you're not getting it at measure 7, what? Take out the tie. That's what I did. But you tie it, just hang on to it. And then you're back to what you were doing. Now, the last measure on page 7. Here it says here, watch this. So both hands are going nuts here. Well, it's just an F chord if you can do that. Start out with a D. So the left hand changes notes there, don't play the same. The right hand went from here to here. From measure 13 is here, but measure 15 is here. Look out. Measure 22, that's a B flat in the left hand. 3 wide. Now, we have an A flat here, and then both hands come up a half step. And you're back to what you were doing at the beginning. Gets a little tricky rhythm-wise, but you take it really, really super slow. And once I've done both hands together, I do go through the whole thing very carefully, just in pieces. And I work out the hesitations. Keep it slow. And then once the hesitations are gone, I think about the articulation. And here, you're pretty much just connecting it. You lift up when you have to change position. I would connect all that if I could, but I can't. Then once I have the articulation out of the way, I think about the dynamics. There's no melody at the beginning, it's soft. And this, all of a sudden, is just sort of loud. This, soft. And it doesn't say, I think it's another error in the music, is down at the bottom, when you're here, this is like moderate, it should be down like it was at the beginning, soft. And then that should be the MF. The MF belongs over there, not on that. And then stay there. You could bring the chords down in measure 13 if you wanted to. Now we're louder. And come down loud and loud in the right hand. Here, and the left hand's in back. Loud here. See, this has to be louder than anything else throughout the measure. Louder. Very loud. Very heavy. Boom. Just a lot of weight. Stay relaxed, because tight muscles don't work. It's the climax of the piece. I don't know, somebody's getting shot or something. I'm not sure. The measure 20 would come down a little bit because it's hard to play really fast loud. So do the best you can. You come down a little bit to moderately, and then like you were at the beginning. So. And then at the bottom, you're going to die away. Soft, soft, soft. And then all of a sudden, you're loud. Yeah. It's that little surprise at the end, just thinking, boom. Speed-wise, about where I've been playing, just a 1, 2, 3, 4. it needs to be accurate. How fast can you play those? And the measures like 21 and so forth, how fast can you play that? How fast can you play those accurately and evenly? And that's going to be your speed. Now they've added pedal on some of this. We're using pedal for effect. And they're not using pedal at the beginning. We want that separation. Boom, 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 kind of bounces along here. We want that kind of a bouncy thing. But then when we get down to this other part, for some reason, they want that connected. Well, I'm not sure why, but that's the effect they're after. So, okay. Measure 12 here. Now, we're changing the pedal with the bass line. We want to keep the bass line clean for measure 13. That's what we're doing. And here, measure 17 and all, we need the pedal here because this is getting exciting now. We want the... See, we're keeping the bass line clean. And we're pedaling measures 19 and 20 and all because this is a climax that we want. Lots of sound, lots of overtones, lots of something fancy's happening here. Somebody's getting shot or something. I'm not sure, but it's something's going on here. We want the overtone. But on measure 22, we got to clean it out because this. If we pedaled measure 22, it's just no. So this is clean. And then you pedal the whole notes at the bottom of the page, and then back like you were at the beginning. That's very effective. That's very nice. Now this page turn, how are you going to do the page turn? We got to figure out a way so you don't messing up the beat. Well, I memorize a piece. That's first choice, or at least memorize page 7. Now in some cases, like here, one page may be similar to another page. And if it is, then you can just read the other page. For instance, page 7 is very similar to page 9. All until you get to the bottom. The last line, pretty much, is different on each page. So maybe if you could memorize the last line on page 7, then you're fine. Then you can read page 9, the first 3 lines on page 9, and then play the memorized line you have for page 7, and then go on to page 8. You don't have to deal with the page turn. If you don't want to memorize the line, because you've got too many notes or something going on, I'm not sure, then we have to figure out how we're going to get the page turned. And if there's some time when one hand isn't busy, then you can turn it, use that hand to turn the page. Here, both hands are busy. So what do? Well, the only thing I would suggest then is on page 8 at the top here, you can probably leave out the left hand and just pedal all the way across. That frees up the left hand to turn the page. So you're memorizing measure 13, and that gives you time to turn the page. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't like doing that because this is an important part of it, but we got to get the page turned. And you can't mess up the beat because you're turning the page. So I'll leave it up to you and your teacher to figure out how you're going to get the page turned.